Hey, I'm Dr. Weston with Aspire Wellness Chiropractic and Functional Nutrition. I'm going to show you today some low back exercises specifically for lumbar mobility, some core strength, some hip mobility, all coming together to help your low back, whether we're recovering from a dehydrated and compressed discs, low back issue, mobility issue that could be causing maybe some sciatica or leg pain or leg weakness, anything like that. I'm going to show you some things here today. 3 easy things to incorporate in your day. I say easy, which they are, but you're not going to be used to them just yet, and that's okay. They will take some practice and you will be able to incorporate them more and more into your daily routine, and it's going to be all the better for it. First one I'm going to show you is called Dead Bug. It is a core activation exercise and a lumbar mobility exercise, as well as using your brain to control your movement and to control your core during movement. Setup is laying on your back on a firm surface of some kind. Do not do this on a bed or something soft like that. You want some kind of firmness to it. The reason there being, if it's too soft, you're not actually getting the right movement or the right control of your movement, which is the whole point of this. The big key to this exercise, remember this all the way through, you want to make sure your core is tight and being activated the entire time. Part of that is pushing your low back into the surface that you're on. The movement, as you can see, is alternating your arm and leg, moving each one down to the surface and then back up to the starting point, and then just switch that back and forth. The whole time, making sure, again, keep your core tight and activated. It's going to be easier to do the same side arm and leg. Just catch yourself doing that and do work on doing the alternating arm and leg so you get the best benefit. We're moving up the food chain with this one. This one is called the bird dog, and you will notice it is kind of like the dead bug, but instead of being on your back, you are on all fours. With your arms and legs as parallel as you can get them, keep your core tight. Again, just like the dead bug, same recommendation here. Core is tight the entire time. Don't let your belly sag for this one. While you're keeping your core tight, lift up the alternating arm and leg. Then bring it back down, and then switch sides. You do not want to do the same side arm and leg. That's actually tough to do with this one, but just make sure not to do it. And you definitely don't want to rotate your spine. You want to keep your spine neutral and your back flat throughout this whole thing. You want to be specific and controlled. If you're twisting, you're not using control and you're losing it. Have I said enough times yet to keep the core tight throughout these? Next is a standing hip hinge, and if you have some kind of a long dowel, you can use that. Most people have a broom handy, so that's what I'm going to use here. This is essentially practicing a squat with a neutral spine. Hip movement is actually huge for the right low back movement. Use your hands to hold the dowel or the broomstick behind you, and you want the broom to be touching 3 points of your body the entire time you do this exercise. It should be touching the back of your head, your mid-back where it curves, and your tailbone. The broomstick is there just as a guide for you to be touching those so that as you go through the motion, you are keeping your back in the right alignment. Hinge at the hips when you do this. It's in the name, isn't it? Essentially, think about pushing your butt backward as if you're in basketball screening someone out. You push your butt back. While you do that, keep your whole back neutral and your head follows your chest, essentially. Think about your chin following your chest. That should keep all 3 points against the broomstick as you do the hinge at the hip. If you've been following along, you guessed it, make sure your core is tight throughout all of this. You want to engage your abdominal muscles to keep everything in the right alignment. The core activation is also bracing your low back, so you're not just letting everything fall and hinge on the low back. If you have a shoulder issue or it's just not comfortable to have one hand up by the head and neck and the other one down low in the small of your back while you're holding the broomstick, you can use both hands to hold the broomstick behind you, making sure that your fists essentially are in the curve of your low back so that it doesn't take away from the broomstick being able to touch the tailbone, the mid-back, and the head. So how often are we doing these? Frequency for the dead bug, do 5 to 10 repetitions per side. So you're doing 2 sides, so either 10 to 20 repetitions. Do this 2 or 3 times. Do it at least once a day. You could maybe benefit more from like twice a day, so morning and night. Between each set of 2 to 3, rest for 30 seconds to a minute before doing your second and third set. For this bird dog, you want to do about 5 to 8 repetitions per side. So again, you're doing 2 sides here, so that's going to be 10 to 16. Again, this is going to be 2 to 3 sets, about once or twice a day. Each time your arm and leg go up, you want to hold it 5 to 10 seconds. Remember to keep your hips level so you're not twisting, and think about keeping your spine long. You don't want to be arching or sagging anywhere in your back or in your belly. For the standing hip hinge, you want to do this 10 to 15 times. Again, 2 to 3 sets is kind of a sweet spot. Do it once a day. If you're sore, if you're having a tougher time getting the hang of this one, it's okay to start with this like every other day. The goal with this, as it is for all of these and any exercise really, is quality. Precise, controlled movement, not quantity. You want to do it correctly with the right motion. That is the whole goal here. You're training yourself to do this the right way beyond just an exercise in your daily activity. Listen to your body as always. If there's fatigue or something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Take a break and reassess maybe if this is something you should hold off on, you might not be ready for, or work into it a little bit more.